All right, if you are considering cold email, there is a plethora of options to choose from. Right here, I have those listed out. First of all, you could use GoDaddy and get a Microsoft Office discount. You could use Namecheap servers. You could use Instantly. You could use Inframail. There's a ton of different options for cold email systems. And the infrastructure at the end of the day is what matters. I mean, Instantly is nice. It'll help you warm up your emails. But truth be told, there's a lot of different options for warming up your emails and setting up campaigns. And so, how do you choose which option to choose? That's what I'm talking about in this video. Before we get started, it's already 45 seconds in. I recommend that you actually watch this video at like 1.5 or 2 times speed. You can hit shift plus the greater than symbol on your keyboard to speed up the video if you didn't know that, or you can just, if you're on mobile, you can just speed it up. All right. All right. So what we're on here is inframail.com. This is a company that promises basically you can send more cold emails. What they do is they set up the infrastructure for you. So they give you the domains. I guess actually you have to bring your own domains, but they set up the server. They send the emails for you. Everything that's not related to the actual writing of the emails and sending them out is what they do. So the back end of the emails. And I feel like this isn't talked about enough because if you go on Reddit and you look at Reddit, okay, hang on. Okay, so I was doing most of my research on Reddit, like basically looking at the best cold email infrastructure, and there's so many like bots. It's crazy. Like people will you'll see a post like this, like are cold email infrastructure tools like this worth it? And there's so many people who post like, oh yeah, dude, Inframail is the best, and they're all just bots. Um, and I mean, the consensus is just use Google. Like, just use Google. Microsoft Office can be good, but there's also some deliverability issues. So, like, Google is goated for deliverability, especially if you're if you're delivering to B2B companies where it's like giant, enterprises. They might be using, Microsoft, and so you might have a better odds of reaching people using Microsoft because there's like a higher increased chance of landing in the inbox if you're sending from a Microsoft account to another Microsoft account. Google has a higher share in the US of companies that are actually using Google domains, so you might get a higher kind of reach if they're the same server. Um, but yeah, in general, I mean, Google is best, and then Microsoft is another good fallback option. So one thing, I mean, I'm just gonna tell you right now, the thing that I'm using is Instantly, not this, not blog. By the way, you can press Option and then the keyboard to sign to delete one word at a time. But with Instantly, what you can do is done for you set up email, and what they do is they charge you a little bit more per domain, but you can get the domain set up for you. You can get mail inboxes, you can get like the whole domain set up for you, and it's actually cheaper than using Google per just right out the gate. So if we do cloud write, okay, let's just say what we could do is it would charge $15 per domain, which normally if you buy it through Namecheap or something, it would be like $12 per domain. And actually, I'm just gonna hit next, and then it'll set up the inboxes for you using Google, and that's gonna be $5 per inbox. Whereas if you use like Google straight off, like using their system, it would be about $6 per inbox. And so this way you get it for a little bit less and a lot less hassle of setting up the inbox and the domain. And then, yeah, I mean, it's honestly a pretty good deal. So this is what I'm going to be using. This is what I recommend for the highest deliverability, the best results. And yeah, I mean, that's essentially all I have to say. Inframail, stuff like that. It's a good deal, but I mean, honestly, okay, there's another one called MailForge. Or actually, let me MailForge. So MailForge is another option. I think they get pretty good deliverability from what I've heard, but at the end of the day, Google is going to be the strongest, and yeah, they're just kind of, when it comes to cold email, if you're sending 30 emails a day per inbox, you want to get the highest deliverability rate. So if you're sending 30 emails per day and all of those are landing in the inbox, then you're getting 30 out of 30, right? So over a month, you're going to get 30 times 30. So you're going to get 900 emails per inbox sent. But if you're using something like MailForge, where let's say only 25 are sent, you're you're only getting 750 emails per month that are actually landing in the inbox. So you get a bit of a disadvantage here. I think Inframail's a good option, or I mean MailForge or Inframail, or one of their other products. Um, if you're just fuck it, I'm just gonna get this done as fast as possible. But if you're trying to get the best results, I would honestly just recommend like a Google inbox, and I think Instantly might have the easiest way to set that up. So that's everything. Subscribe.